upon a time, one of my folktale videos went super viral, at first in a good way, and then in a bad way. See, the story I told, the Korean origin of the common cold, is so vulgar and so funny and so outrageous, it made lots of you laugh and gasp and cringe. And then it brought out the racist trolls. So I put the video to sleep, as the lovely Cecilia would say, cause it was not worth the views. Here's the thing though, I knew I wanted to include that folktale in my book, Fucked Up Fairy Tales, because there is truly nothing else like it. So what does an author do when she has a fairy tale she wants to adapt that could easily go south? A few things. First, ensure that the folktale comes from a very credible source, ideally one that is written by the community it is portraying. Luckily, the National Folk Museum of Korea cataloged this folktale in their Encyclopedia of Korean Folk Literature. Next, I hired a Korean sensitivity reader to look over my draft. Victoria from Salt and Sage Books read it, as well as a Korean Cinderella I adapted. She had very helpful notes and general praise for Cinderella. Unfortunately, I completely bombed the origin of the common cold. See, I approached that one more like a dirty joke than a story. I thought I had unpacked the issue that got me a bunch of racist trolls in my video, but I missed another issue that has plagued this community that I didn't even know existed. Based on the actions of the fairy tale's hero, I joked that he was a bit of an incel, and it turns out that that is a stereotype that has plagued East Asian men too. It turns out a writer cannot believe a stereotype and still accidentally perpetuate it. Victoria enlightened me, and she had some very useful suggestions. She mainly proposed, what if I approached this story more in tone to the Cinderella story? What would happen if I considered the humanity of the main character, and not just his questionable behavior when it comes to women? And was there any more research that I could feature that would better contextualize this tale in the broader scope of folklore, rather than isolating it as a weird little Korean tale specifically? I revised the story with that in mind and had her plus another reader look over draft 2, and luckily it was a huge improvement. In fact, this version of The Origin of the Common Cold is much better. It's still the funniest tale in the book, in my opinion, but rather than treat the plot like a careless stand-up bit, I portrayed the ridiculousness of the plot by way of a tragic love story, and the contrast made the story better. My sister came up with an incredible illustration for it, too. I hope you love reading it. Unless you're my parents, or my in-laws, or my former teachers, or my coworkers, in which case you can just skip that one. You can just skip it. It's a fairy tale. It's got like 12 dick jokes in it. You can skip it. Fucked Up Fairy Tales, the book, comes out in T-minus 35 days! Pre-order it, please! Tell your friends!